this is what I ended up buying. It's a 7-inch plank by 8 foot wainscoting, tongue and groove. And I'm going to use that on the side because it's 1/4 inch thick. And I can use it to slide in behind my bench seats once I get my bunk all cut out. And I'll start on the walls. So I started putting on the board. It goes on quite easy. 7 inches wide. So easy to handle. Handles the curve pretty good. No more nails is what I used. And some small brads. Wet grab pretty good. You don't staple it until you get a few boards together. Then I staple it in small areas where it's going to be hidden. You can fix the holes in, and when you paint it'll be all covered. Now I'm up to my light. I'm just going to drill a hole or notch it. Last piece. To finish off the top of the paneling, I got this 10 foot 1x3 in pine. So I have a choice of staining or painting because I don't know what I'm doing yet. I put the piece up on this large wall. That seam is because it only comes 8 foot, but there's going to be a cabinet hiding that. And that ceiling should go into there, and my wires are safe. And there's only a few screws to hold that on, and just makes a straight line right through. And then I'll do the same one on the top to join up on this side. And wood's not cheap right now, I can tell you that much. So I used what I could and bought what I had to. Okay, a little recap. I went away for a weekend with the vans, took it to the beach, ran fine. I have my bench and box all covered now with the cubbies. Nice size box, probably toolbox, jack stuff. There's my plug, and a little tray to put car parts. Got one on each side, which is great. Such a great day out, not too hot, not too sticky. So I just primed everything. Because then when you look down cracks that things aren't finished, at least it'll be white. You try to cover everything so you don't see stuff inside, but you never know from what angle. Primed up the top. Well, I'm working on my bench. On my box, actually, my bench box at the front. Got it together. Now I'm just going to start priming it. So this is going to be the back box that slides out from the back. Will be my countertop. And a few drawers. It's not that big, but it's big enough. Picture different things in your mind than when you start building it, because now the drawers go within this. This slides out and then the drawers slide out. Couple sitting there, and that box is going to slide in there as a one big box, and then that'll be my countertop tailgate. Okay, I got my slides in. They weren't too hard. All I did was measure up from the bottom and then level them out. Put them anywhere you want. I picked sort of top part of the cabinet. The trick is for the drawer, if I want a 1/4 inch clearance on the bottom and a 1/4 inch clearance on the top, put a 1/4 inch piece of board down on the bottom, then you put the drawer inside, and then you slide the sliders out with the drawer and just add a screw each time. I'll try and show you. And then I fixed this drawer up last night. It's going to fit in there. Wait for the drawers to dry, so I took off the other speaker and put the grill on. Now I have to cover it with some material and cut out the plug, and then go back to working on my drawers. Okay, everything's dry now. I painted it with a high gloss white. Trimmed out the door with kind of a different material. Put my new knob on, which is a nice compass. Few stripes on the inside. So we're going to place it into the opening and cross our fingers. Okay, I just put the track inside the hole a little bit. It lines up pretty good. Comes out quite far, but I still have to push it in, and it'll click and lock in. There you go. Not bad. Now I gotta trim out the front. Yeah. Fits good. Way down there. And then comes out nice and smooth. Let's put a bit of weight in there. And we got a sectioner in there so I can section it off. Or move it wherever. Right now it's his and hers, but it'll be like this will be over here. So it'll be like his over here and hers over there. But little does she know I have all these trunks in there with tools. So I'll give her big half of the drawer. So I came up with some decisions. Box size. Pretty deep. It's for the back doors. So here I'm going to put a silverware drawer and then another one. I'm not sure on the sizes yet. Here might be just one big one rather than chopping it up. Divide the cupboard inside the drawer. Not sure. Bought these tiles. And then I'm going to trim out the edge. I figured I'm going to use... Tried that, didn't like it. Tried that, it's too light. This is looking pretty good up against the tile. So I'll do the top so the tile's clean on the sides. And then I'll do the edge of the box. And the drawers will slip in side. So either I go at it tonight for something to do or leave it for tomorrow. But tomorrow, if I get all this blue stuff trimmed out, stained and dried, I can start painting the box. I'm going to put the 1/4 inch wainscoting on the sides, so when it slides out it looks finished. Not sure on the front yet. Top's going to be tile, and that's going to be my tailgate bar, kitchen, countertop, more square footage. That's the main thing. Cladding's on the side. Figuring out my layout on the top and how I'm going to trim it out. Had enough pieces to do the side. Looks a little messed up. I've got to prime and paint it anyways. I sort of think I come up with colors. It's kind of a blue stain. Again, match the walls a bit. Kind of a silverware drawer there and a dish drawer below it. And then I think I'm going to make this one big drawer. Pots, pans, whatever, camping stuff. Just touching up the trim. Again, you have to figure out what you're using for trim, because then it just changes all the sizes and it won't fit. So I had to know what trim and where it was going on the front top. And I'm not sure if I can put one across here because the glider will be up there, and then I have a 1/2 inch clearance, which I might be able to finish off the bottom of the strip. Not really that important. It'll be mostly in and then out on the side with the doors kind of covering it. Got a delivery today, and it's quite of a long box. I ordered quite a few things, so I wasn't sure, but when I opened it up, I was surprised. See my sliders. They're really heavy. slides for my box for the back. They hold up to 500 pounds. I guarantee you they weigh 40 pounds by themselves. That's crazy. So I got the sliders last night for the drawers. These will hold up to 500 pounds. They probably weigh 20 something pounds. Pretty heavy. But I made the big mistake. Everything I said on my videos about knowing, and I assumed they were 1/2 inch thickness and they're 3/4. So there's a 1/2 inch that I don't have. So I was really lucky, and you don't get lucky like this. Sometimes I was going to cut the cupboard and it was all finished. But I put a panel on the side. So by taking it off on both sides, I gained my 1/2 inch back. And I'll dress that up as the bracket will take up some of that, but I'm going to paint that white first and then put it on. And then inside, because everything's not square, it's hard to use it level, I just measured from the top of my bed down and made a line to the middle of the bracket that I'm going to put on. You have to screw them on first. So I did the same. See, I put the other line on top here that was with the level, and it's like way off from the back and the front. So I measured down so that it would be the same, and then I'll stick to that line. You have to put the inside in here first. Screw it really well and then pull out the sliders, and then I put a 1/2 inch piece of wood on the floor so that the cupboard will sit up the 1/2 inch that I calculated, so I can put rubber mat and stuff on the floor here. And then by it being up to 1/2 inch, if I put the board there, I might use like lengths that come out so I can support my box on it. And then you just pull your slides out, and wherever they hit where you want it to stop, I've marked some lines, and then you fasten it to the front side of the drawer. So I'm making the second drawer, just using 1/2 inch, gluing it on one end like that, and then just stapling it. And then once I put the bottom on, it should hold it all together. I'm not a carpenter, so I don't do all those fancy corner dados, whatever you call it. Anyways, circular saw, a couple clamps. So I got the boxes finished. Just used paintable caulking on the inside because I'm going to paint everything. The outsides I kind of use wood fill on the seams a bit just to make it a little cleaner. After I paint it, I'll line the bottoms with that kind of a cheesy shelf paper. But it'll look cool, it'll brighten it up. So while that's drying, I'm going to go start measuring for my next box. Next one's going to be the big one for the right side.